Hello and welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem and our little game of Fallout. It never fucking changes. Of course, there's me, your this week kind of sick overseer, and joining me are our players. Say hello, players.
Hello,
Hello,
players.
hello. Let's go.
Okay, you are all standing in a hallway. Let's start this off properly. Now, you've been to the armory. There is also advanced medical and teleportation, and a fourth room that nobody has asked about or looked at or done anything yet. What would you like to do?
Okay.
That
Well-
first room seems awful intriguing.
All right. We ended, I believe, last in the armory.
Yes.
So I had a moment to review the armory sheet here, but with that, Herbie's going to recommend that somebody take the gauze rifle, if you have one, because that's a powerful rifle, can be used with small guns. So if you have small guns, it's decent. Herbie's going to also grab as many explosives as he can reasonably carry, and then go unreasonable.
Well, you've got
And
six boxes of explosives, each a different kind of explosive. Each box contains 30.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's putting them in pockets everywhere on his jacket and everything like that. He can't necessarily carry 30, but he's taking a good selection with him right now. He's going to grab a bunch of stims. I haven't read through them, but since we have a dick doll that removes all addictions, hey, no problem, man. Let's go crazy.
Well,
So that's what Herbie's
here that would be quite fun. Sounds by the sound of it, and addictive. You also find at your feet a metal suitcase, like briefcase, and when you open it, it contains $1.6 million in pre-war money. You have never seen so much useless money before in your life.
All right, we got toilet paper. So good
Paper?
stuff. Well, cloth almost, but yeah. I'm seeing that now that I scroll down. Grab a couple stealth fields and some stealth boys for others to pass around. Plenty of flashlights and a behavior analysis modification.
Yeah, I don't even know what that does in game. I haven't read that one. I literally haven't. That's the one thing I didn't read up on. But it was like, that sounds insane. I want that.
I hand Jade the doctor's bag. This could be handy. 3 of them actually. Here.
Again, whatever we can carry or load on Tumu.
Yeah, reasonable. But right now, I'm just thinking what we might need to continue. So,
but I have a doctor's bag already, so unless there's more there. But again, if we have the room, it would be nice to take extra back. But chems, stim packs, all that lovely stuff.
and
What's it called? Radix extract. I don't have the list. I'm sorry.
Yep, no problem.
So,
yeah, useful health. Those I see the list. I opened it up, so we're good.
Yeah.
I would grab a stim pack right away though, and probably pop myself with one because I'm down a few hit points.
Cool.
Or ask Gate.
Healing machine stuff.
Hello.
Hello. Other than that, I would say let's move to the next room.
The Lavaita's gone red. Which means connection issues. Oh no, you're fine. I don't know why I was thinking that. Anyway.
No, I did. I don't know why, but it did.
Oh, cool. Well, so yeah, here's how it's all set up. Because I didn't do much of a introduction this week because I didn't write one. I was supposed to do that today, but I was asleep all day, literally all day. I woke up at like 6:05, just like, oh fuck. So apologies for that. But you're basically in the epicenter of advanced research for the Institute. This door was locked. Your actions inside have rendered it unlocked via Dr. Omari, whose life you saved. She's currently in the other room in facilities trying to find some way, pointlessly, to... She's trying to find a way to win the war that isn't destroying everything with a circuit board within 100 miles. You are in the advanced wing, then you've been exploring, and you found a lot of stuff. So you've got a place where there is a robo-doc that has been heavily advanced to be on anything you've ever seen before. That should be able to sort you out with a few hit points if you want, Tim.
Yep, I would trust the stim pack I grabbed more than the machines right now. So I already healed the 2 hit points I was down.
Very reasonable. You are in the the upper echelons of the Institute, a very weird and bad organization. So that is quite smart.
Okay.
Augusta, what would you like to do? Because Tim's basically, Herbie, I should say, he's basically playing around with weapons, his favorite thing. What would you like to do?
If I remember right, there were other exits and entrances out of this room also, Michelle?
If you're in the armory, then there's like one flight of stairs that leads you up and out back to the hallway.
Okay, I thought there was rooms out of one of them with machinery bays or something, but okay. I'll be right back, by the way.
Cool.
Augusta is just like completely stuck with what to do because there's so much interesting stuff. She just wants to like take a few months and go through all of it. But she is there looking for something specific, so she's wanting to find the materials for the fabricator and maybe the blueprints for Kathy. It'd be good to at least know where those are.
Okay. So you look around the advanced armory, and that doesn't really seem to trigger what you're looking for in your head. Because it's just weapons. It's a room of endless weapons.
And drugs and stuff. Money.
Yes, various shit that has been collected from the wasteland or invented by the Institute themselves. Basically, this is a research and development candy land for weapons people, is what if you can imagine that. The advanced medical is much the same. It's various labs, various bits of equipment that you don't understand, lots of diagrams of the human body, lots of models of various insides. You know what I mean. They have them at doctors sometimes where you just walk in and there's a skeleton with a pancreas and a kidney just right there in front of you.
I feel like Augusta's probably going to stare at that for a while because there's some stuff about Augusta we haven't really gone into, but she isn't like lots of other people, and she's probably seeing differences looking at the model.
Ah. So what's you spotting that's so different?
Well, here's the thing. They weren't in the vault that Augusta grew up in. They weren't probably going to live much after 18. Some of them would stay on and work in the vaults, and the others were basically liquidized and turned into matter that could be harvested to make more people. They were trying to accelerate the growth of a super soldier. This isn't lore, this isn't canon, but I think it's highly unlikely that they'd want those people to waste any energy experiencing puberty. And I suspect that they all didn't.
Well.
So that's just a moment for her.
That is fascinating. And also, I'm for some reason thinking that she has 3 kidneys or something.
No. I mean, I don't think the evolution had gone that far of trying to create a super soldier with extra redundant organs.
So you're looking around the medical. Jade, what would you like to do?
grab whatever he can carry packed up. Look for bags, whatever, and take stim packs, like chemicals, whatever we need, what we could use back. If we can take it here, we don't have to make it ourselves to take back or whatever. He have been in the computer to download supposedly everything. He might go over to see if there's anything else,
You're set up with a lab, so you are in the medical section. You are perfectly situated to start going through that if you want, to look at what you've got.
On both mutants and
Ghouls.
yes, thank you. My brain has stopped working. Must be fair, I've been driving in a car for 6 hours per day, so.
That is too long to be driving in a car. Let's undo that damage now. So, you're twiddling through your Pip-Boy, going through the various folder structures of how you choose to manage your research. There's a new folder. Everything you just pulled off the computer. Once you access it, it is not well maintained, or at least it doesn't look that way at first, because all of the file names are a string of letters and numbers, like 10 random letters and numbers. You suspect that if you were a synth, or someone who was raised without a biological brain, shall we say, you might have an easier time of reading this. But right now, you've just basically got a list of, like, thousands of text documents, all with random 10 character names. What would you like to do?
You might start with asking Augusta, like showing her the maps and stuff, and say, like, can you do anything to no, because rename them.
It's interesting.
We could copy them and take them with us.
It's interesting you ask Augusta, because
they
Augusta,
are
when
on
you
my
look at the
Pip-Boy.
list, you see a list of names, of files. A research report, dated and timed, various DNA, like descriptions of various strands of DNA, all sorts of stuff. You're reading and you see words.
Augusta is not me.
Augusta, yeah.
Okay. We can copy these and take them, or do you want me to like find anything specific?
They're on my Pip-Boy already.
Oh, that's fine then. We can peruse them.
Yeah, if I needed to change anything. But that's weird. He will like pause about that for a moment, that he can only see letters and numbers and nothing else, but Augusta is able to read it, like and he will probably chug it up too, like they have done something that exclude like the people they don't wanted in there, well, so mutants, ghouls and stuff like that. So for now he will chug it up to that and probably think that he might find the answer when he starts looking through these files.
Yeah, once you open them, they are fairly readable. They are pretty specific. For some reason, the naming convention, you can't work out what it is, but Augusta can. Ooh.
It's just experience, maybe.
So, You explore the medical area. You find all of this equipment and various other reports and stuff. Jade, you read through a few of the reports on your Pip-Boy that you just gathered, and if all of this is right, from your reading, it looks like the Institute created their own version of the FEV virus. Right there. But to learn any more about that would take you hours of going through random documents, which I don't think you're necessarily up for at this point. Unless you are. Okay, so...
Can I see if they ever used it? One thing is that they developed it. Have they used it?
Yes. Based on what you saw in the biological room you were in,
Okay.
they used it. Like, you haven't had a different shade of, like, skin color to every other mutant you've met in the Commonwealth. They're very green. You're not.
But everyone from my vault is the same color as me,
Yes.
right? So,
Depending on where you stand on DNA and biology and, I guess, race science... I'm shrugging. You can't see me, but I'm shrugging at that concept. It could be argued that you are a different species from the mutants you've met in the Commonwealth.
yeah.
But from a logical social sciences perspective, you're like, that's stupid. That's just silly. We are mutants. We have similar behavioral patterns.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but you also know from his own research that there are different strands.
Yeah.
The one at his vault that his dad worked on is they developed themselves too. So he already knows that there are differences.
People have often been saying how odd it is to have a healer that's a super mutant. Maybe that's something to do with that.
It's the rest of them probably don't study the same way I do. So, yeah.
So yeah, at that point, General Isaacs walks in and says, "All right, what's the plan?"
Where's Father's body?
Father's body is
What
where you
room?
left it.
What room?
Living quarters.
It used to be called Synth Retention. Now it's called the War Room.
Okay, that's where I'm headed.
Okay, as General Isaacs walks in and asks, "What's the plan?" Herbie just walks out. And she just says,
We
Okay.
have nothing exactly planned yet, and he keeps walking past. We're still getting information.
I think we're
Since
all
we can
just
now
getting the
access-
lay of the land.
You walk out, out of telling her that, and you head over to the Synth Retention / War Room. As you walk in, you see that plenty of blood has fallen from the father's head onto the floor. And sitting on the floor across from him is Nate.
What's Nate doing?
Nate is doing a classic sitting on the floor, head in his hand, staring into space, not entirely aware of your presence. He looks, to use a word, quite sad.
Why do you look so upset?
You get no response from him.
Did you know him? Herbie's moving over towards Father's body.
Cool.
What was he? He's trying to look. He doesn't understand the technology like the others, but he was pre-war, so he understands basic concept having lived then.
Well,
Since
you're
he's a
seeing a
Goa.
man who's tied up to a bunch of machines that you can deduct were probably keeping him alive.
Okay. How
This
was
with some
he
pretty advanced
giving
hospital
orders?
shit, I guess is how Herbie would say it.
Yep, and Herbie's looking to see how did he communicate with the synths that were out in the field, run to give orders, to run tactics, etc. How did he communicate with?
So, deciphering what tubes and wires and stuff attached to his body are there for medical reasons and are there for war reasons is not going to come easy to you.
Oh, hell no. But he's trying to figure out if there was just like screens he's watching, things he typed into, obviously not. If he can't figure it out, he's going to run up the stairs and yell for Jade.
Well,
Got some questions for you.
Anyone can do this check if you want to work out how he did it.
Yep. I'll try that first.
It's going to be an intelligence science of like 4.
Oh, this is going to be funny. At least I didn't critically fail.
Complete lack of successes. You start pulling, like yanking off various, like, kind of suction cuppy wires off his body. You sort of look at them, and others you pull off from his brain and from his head, and just like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. This is like some super advanced Lego shit. Is what this is.
Exactly. It isn't like an explosive, which is real simple. You just put a wire in, push a button.
Yeah,
pretty light.
Is this like sensor monitoring his heart rate, or is he sending out instructions to a unit outside of Sanctuary? Like, you don't know.
Yep. He's gonna go run and try to find Jade then after a moment or two, but let the others do something because I figure that's going to take him some time.
Augusta, there is obviously in advanced systems. I should have done a map of this, and I didn't. That's on me.
Don't worry, you can theatre of the mind it at me.
Okay. Essentially, in advanced systems, there are 4 sections. There's medical, armory, and teleportation. And a 4th that has no sign. It doesn't really have anything going on.
That 4th one sounds interesting.
It sounds the complete opposite of interesting, but if you want to go, then let's go.
I'm going to look.
Okay.
If all I achieve is ruling something out, that's okay.
You walk in and you just see several desks of computers. And occasionally you see Pip-Boys just scattered across these desks in various ways. Some hooked up to computers, some not. All of these Pip-Boys are in aggressive Vault-Tec branding colouring. What would you like to do?
I'm going to give them a cursory glance. Maybe they were developing them or doing something interesting with them, but if not, she's not going to waste too much time on them.
Alright, so you pick up one. It just says upload complete. It's hooked up to a computer via the hooky up thing. Like the I can't
like a USB thing.
Yeah, like that, but it's coming from the Pip-Boy to the computer.
Mm-hmm. It's probably more like a parallel port or something doing the retro tech. Could you ever look at the computer and just see what's on there and if there's anything obvious or interesting?
Sure thing. So for you, that's pretty easy. It's a 2, science, intelligence. I'm pretty sure you have stuff that brings it down to 1 or even 0.
It depends whether we call it hacking. Oof. I mean, yeah, it's good that... Let's call it hacking.
Okay, so that brings it down to 1 success needed. Alright. You see that this computer has been used to log various findings from Pip-Boys for centuries.
What are they gathering? Like weather?
Research data mostly.
Where's it getting them from?
I mean, from what you can gather, agents go and explore vaults, find a Pip-Boy, load up Pip-Boys with everything, brings it back.
Oh, so this computer system will have all of the information about all of the vaults that they've been to.
Possibly.
Grab. Take. Even if I don't need this information, I can trade with it.
All right. So you're just gonna like upload as much information to your Pip-Boy as possible.
Yeah, or
There's
I've-
an issue. Your Pip-Boy can't hold that much.
I'm just thinking about the data tapes that I was carrying that we couldn't unlock earlier.
Huh.
That we got from the factory.
Well, I mean, you understand, like with Pip-Boy, there is a wire coming off it that you can install into terminals. There's also a tape deck, right? On your Pip-Boy.
Yeah. So we'd found these data tapes when we were searching through the factory at
General
yeah,
Atomics.
and this one wasn't openable because we didn't have a key to unlock the data.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to find a security key or
I might
encryption
look for
code,
that,
whatever
but
you want to call
also,
it.
if there's any of the tapes that might be blank, or if there's tapes around that might be blank that I could copy all the data onto, that could be useful.
Weren't we about to open those, to look at those tapes right before we got teleported? Wasn't that what we were doing in the other building?
Possibly. My memory around being teleported is a little bit hazy. I think it might have affected me in some way.
You were in a vault, essentially.
Mhm.
You had managed to explore it fully, but it was like Vault Tech had built a vault where they could do their most darkest secrets, I guess.
We still haven't seen what's on the tapes. I don't know if it's going to be important or not to do it here, but I feel like if we're going to be able to unlock them anywhere, here might be the place. Because they've got all this data from all these vaults, and if they've ever found a key anywhere, it will be on here.
Because if I remember correctly, that was what we were doing in the vault in the beginning. That was why we needed Olivia's code to get into the system. Things were about to explode. We stopped the generator and then we got teleported.
Pretty much, but yeah, we can probably find codes here or tap into the other computer systems. But that's what I remember pretty much too. We were in the middle of trying to find them in there.
Okay, so I think what Augusta's going to do is she's going to search on their computer to see if there's any indication that they might have the keys that we need to unlock the information on the tapes we've been carrying.
Okay, cool. How are we going to do this? Because I don't want to just do another science intelligence test. That's just shitty. Oh, here's how we're going to do it. What do you search for? Like, if you're going to be searching through, are you going to be doing this manually, reading everything one by one?
It's
You're
probably going to be
use a search
secure.
function or something else.
She'll put the tapes back into her Pip-Boy and get any error code that might come up or anything that might identify what it is and search for that. So, like if it says name of program isn't working and needs unlocked, that's what she's going to search for.
Well, when you put the tapes in, all you get is a Vault Boy with a sad face saying encryption key not found.
Bloody walled gardens. Okay, so basically search for encryption keys just in case they're making it plain text, which would be dumb, but maybe they didn't expect anyone to get in here.
Okay. Give me a science intelligence difficulty 3.
Nope, it's not happening
Remember
even with my
your
help.
lab code. You can
Lab code
re-roll.
LabCon
one.
makes it 2, right?
And you
Um,
have
la-
hacking.
No,
Lab-
because
hack-
science
hacking-
is
Hacking brings it down to 1 success needed, and lab coat gives me a reroll on 1.
So you
Which
did
I
it
will.
then.
Well, I haven't. I need to do the reroll.
Oh yeah.
I'm just doing the clicks for Roll20 to do that. Yeah, it didn't work.
Huh.
She'll try it again in a minute.
Yep, you get sucked in and you spend the next 30 minutes trying to go through and find these encryption keys. So, at that point, General Isaacs this time stands forward more insistently, saying, well, I mean, what's the plan? What's going on up there?
Who's he talking to specifically?
All 3 of you.
I'm in a different room.
yeah.
Jade and Augusta, then.
I mean, right now, I think we all want to take advantage of being here, getting everything we can of like equipment and information. After that, we haven't talked about that yet. Any suggestions?
Well, I take it by all of that, we haven't won the war yet. Did they take back Diamond City?
We were told they did, weren't we? Over the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got Diamond City. Oh, I think Jade will like fill her in on what we have discovered with Kathy.
Oh. Cool, okay.
And what Augusta did with the synths.
Did she share that? I don't think she shared that she did that to the synths yet.
No, I was keeping that quiet. It was going to be a fun surprise for the people trying to use the synths.
Okay.
Fair enough. So she just takes all that in for a second and says, so, it wasn't just like 2 armies, there were 3, and you just killed one of them.
The one.
The Institute.
I'm trying to. Yeah. And we might, if we can find the god board we need here, we don't have to go back to Kathy. That will not stop her, but at least slow her down or
Well, yeah, she doesn't
reduce
sound like she needs
her
any
outcome.
help making more kids.
Exactly. I really don't like the idea of just killing them, like EMP them, because that will kind of prove her right. The whole idea of just is eradicate the right word, like delete all parts of one species or whatever you will call it. It's just that's just not the way to do it. So I don't want to take her out like that, but I really don't want to help her either. If that makes any sense.
Well, the way I see it, she has gone to war. She doesn't seem to have attacked. You're saying she hasn't attacked people? Just robots?
I mean, I have no idea. Maybe Nate would No. Because her vision is to make this world where that dystopian world where everything is good and works, and
Utopia is the good one.
utopia. Yeah,
Dystopia
okay.
is the bad one.
My brain is a bit.
It's okay, my brain's fucked too.
Somewhere about this time, Herbie walks in because Jade, I need your help.
Give me a moment.
Okay.
So
Alright, I'll go back to talk to Amari, I guess, and ask her what the deal is. Generalizes heads off.
General, we need to figure. I got an idea of trying to figure out stuff, but right now we're trying to gather information of what we might have here that could be useful. What have you found looking around? Or are you just asking questions?
I'm just asking questions. I just woke up.
And we just got here, so why don't you figure out what we have here to work with?
Alright, I'll do another sweep.
Talk to Dr. Amari and see if she's figuring. I mean, she's in the computer system looking for stuff. See if she can find anything that even temporarily can restrain, help, or push back some of these robot armies.
Alright. She heads off towards facilities.
Jade, I overheard that about not wanting to hurt anything, but that might not be an option. But I need you to see if you can help me figure out what's going on with the machinery the father had hooked up to him. We can get those synths that have now stopped working to help the people from Good Neighbor and stuff. We should at least be able to help defend for a while.
Sure, we can look at it at least.
All right.
I mean, you can probably tell what's a heart monitor versus what something communicate. And where's Augusta's just staring at the machine, I believe, right now. Augusta waves hand in front of her eyes.
She's probably there just going to be like Vault 12, Vault 13, Vault 962, etc.
Trying to break her free.
Let's see here. Was it science intelligence?
Yeah.
How many successes did you need?
Are you trying to work out what is going on with the father's medical equipment?
Yeah.
Well, the target for Herbie was 4. I'm going to knock 1 off from that for you because you actually have a history of medical stuff.
And you did perform the lobotomy.
Yeah, so you're the best person to ask about what is medically required and what isn't.
Okay. Just. Nope. 1 success.
There's so many tubes and wires and sensors that you would not necessarily be able to work out which is what are medically required and what are about something else. Especially because Herbie has pulled out a bunch of them at this point and kind of mixed things up a bit. And also there's blood everywhere. It's just very hard for you to work it out.
Can you figure out at least what talks to the other ones? Is it that stuff poking in his head?
Jade might be distracted, not by Nate, but
Yeah, Nate is
seeing
sat
him
there in the
sit-
corner, hasn't registered you being there, just staring ahead.
exactly, and Jade might be slightly distracted by that, like wanting to go help him instead of messing with computers right now. So that might be a reason for not being able to. So he will go like, Herbie, I can't figure this out right now. I will look at it in a bit again, and then go and sit down beside Nate and try to see if he can, like, talk to him.
You want to try and talk to Nate?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to head back to Advanced Systems since that's where Augusta was. And you said there were some other areas or rooms in there to check out besides like teleportation and other things like that.
Teleportation, medical, armory, and other.
Okay. Augusta's in other. We've checked out the armory. I'm going to teleportation. That might be not the best idea.
If you don't come back, we won't worry.
What does this button do?
You walk into the teleportation and you see, standing on the gangway, you see this is split roughly into two different rooms. This warehouse. One side, there's a big ring, like circular thing, made up of pretty advanced looking wiring, with all of those luminous lights that are everywhere else. And on the other side is basically a lab. You've seen a lot of labs lately, but this one has lots of smaller versions of the large ring that you could see next to their desks and stuff. Oh, I think you're muted.
I will not be picking up things, but I will be walking along, closely investigating. I'm smart enough to know that these things are just as deadly as a live grenade. So,
yeah, cool. So you've got like,
if he sees some sort of instructions or a manual, he might pick it up. It should be fairly basic. That's what Herbie's thinking. You know, if they want people to use it, they have to at least make it legible enough for an average person to understand. Push this button to do this. At least that's his thinking.
As you walk around, you see various plans and specifications and blueprints and stuff, but it's fairly easy to figure out what this thing is. In half of the place is built up by a giant teleporter. That people stand on it. A technician says where they need to go, and they go. But the question does arise in your head: if the Institute had this technology, why didn't they use it to go behind enemy lines?
I suspect there's a range limit to something that size, or power, is what Herbie would first think, because, you know, he does have some mechanical ideas and electrical.
Yeah, that's logical.
But, okay, any of the small devices around that he's seeing others use?
Well, the other devices tend to be implants, but you do see a wall next to the big teleportation unit, a wall full of these handheld looking devices that have got a red button on it. Like, holding it, you would imagine that it's kind of like a large version of a cigarette lighter, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Only instead of making a button or making fire, when you hit the button, it does something else.
Probably a recall is what Herbie's thinking. But he's not going to push any buttons or try them. He's going to find Augusta eventually after his perusing, and hopefully she's done reading what she is. So, Jade will probably have had time to talk to. But yeah, go ahead and move on then.
Jade, you done what your training, as much as it were, told you to do, you try to get on the same level as Nate by sitting next to him. You still are like a foot over him, but you've done the best you can. What would you like to do?
Since Jade probably have an idea about what's troubling him, and Jade sort of was the reason to put him in this state of mind. He would go like, Nate, listen, we promised you that we would help you try and find your son. We still will. We might be able to find information about where you've gone.
We found him. You killed him.
But why would he promise you him back if that's him?
I don't know. I read cloning is a possibility. I read through his diary. He managed to clone himself. Don't know where. But yeah. That was my son. Last I saw him, he was a baby. Now he's old dead guy. And you killed him. Why did you kill him?
Because he was, it sounds so wrong to say part of the problem. He would have killed a lot of other people. He have killed a lot of other people. He was not that baby anymore. He grew up to be a man that threatened the society that we are trying to make in the wake of a war that, I don't know, wasn't supposed to happen in the first place.
Now he stands up, punches you across the face.
That's fair.
3 physical damage.
Damn.
Walks away. Yeah, so I did the roll. He succeeded twice. Got a bonus to his damage.
Fair.
Yeah, I did the rolls and that's what happened. So yeah, he's stronger than he looked. So yeah, you are now alone in the synth retention crossed out war room. Let's go to Augusta. So let's do. Yeah. Give me a luck science test. Bad luck.
That was 0 successes.
That was 0
This
successes.
hacking's not going well. There's an awful lot of data here. It turns out that the old computers aren't very good. They're a bit slow. Every time I search for something, I have to wait ages for it to come up.
Yeah. And what you've gathered is that you have a collection of... The Institute were looking into vaults and vault tech to learn as much about their technology as humanly possible. The problem is, there's so much of it, it would take you a very long time to figure it all out. So, at this point, you know, or they can guess, that what you need is in there somewhere. You just can't get it. At this
Getting
point.
a little bit frustrated, she might do a search for a 742U.
Okay, that doesn't come up with any results, but you find a folder called Vault 0.
Hello.
That for a term, that string of letters appears somewhere in that folder.
Found a folder to look at. And she's just typing like something out of the Matrix with the clacking keys.
Okay, you open up the folder and you see a basic information sheet that puts the location of Vault 0 at Vault-Tec Regional Headquarters, Boston, Massachusetts.
Isn't that the place that we caught people just taking all the equipment out of? No, that was the factory.
That was the place you just were before you came here.
Yeah, we missed it. Okay, Augusta's got a plan. She's going to go back there.
Alright, currently you don't really see any exits. You are underground.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So she's going to walk off and see what the others have been up to while she's been focused.
Okay, as you walk out of Advanced Systems into the reception area, you see Nate walk out, holding his fist, looking pained, and he just says to you, "Where can I get a fucking drink?"
There was loads of food somewhere. Living quarters? Facilities? One of those two.
Alright, I'll try the living quarters. Thanks. And he walks into the living quarters, and you just hear a crash
Oh dear.
and a wallop. And you just hear Nate saying, "Ow, get the fuck off me!"
Probably not good.
I should probably go and check what that was.
Okay. How are you going to approach? You're just going to walk in?
No, slowly and listening, and like opening the door a crack and kind of looking in to see if I can get some sense of what's going on in there.
Okay. Through the crack in the door, you see what appears to be a bunch of humans tying Nate to a chair. These humans are wearing pristine white, various uniforms of various slight shapes. That doesn't sound very helpful. Essentially, you see a bunch of people that you assume are human beings who are scientists in the Institute, basically. And they are
That is not what living is about.
Sorry?
That is not what living is meant to be about.
Well, not what living is supposed to be about.
Well, it's like they're in the living quarters. They're hanging out. That's going to like instantly tie up someone that walks into the room.
Oh. So is that what you say to them?
No. It's just what I'm thinking aloud. Have I got the best? There's better weapons elsewhere in this building. She's going to go and get a Gauss cannon, a Gauss gun.
All right.
Kirby's come out of teleportation, and
I mean, we can
hey, I
teleport
found
without
something. I found something. He doesn't know what you're doing, so
Yeah.
I found something I need your help with some. I think I found a teleportation area. It would get us out of here and possibly some devices that we could set up the rig, maybe dropping some bombs somewhere.
Cool. There's some scientists tying up Nate, and I think we need to deal with them.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, one in. I could use the extra muscle if I'm honest.
Sounds like fun.
Let's see. I just picked up some new toys.
Well, don't hit Nate, but otherwise, have at them. As far as I'm concerned, if they're about to like beat someone up and tie them when they've just walked into a room, they're probably not good people.
Well, our scared people. We are invaders into their place.
Yeah, fair. Do you want to scare them some more?
We'll try negotiating. And as he drops his minigun into a ready position.
Yeah, sure. Negotiating. I'll get my magnum out and be ready with that as well.
Shall we knock?
Let's.
I believe you would probably be best to talk because I usually talk with this.
Yeah, but I think she is going to literally knock, shaving a haircut.
You hear a female voice say, "Yeah?
Hi, are you busy in there just now? We were just
Oh, you're back.
Thanks, internet connection. We were just checking out the place and you seem to have you got a friend of ours in there right now?
He says he's not your friend."
Yeah, fair. What's going on in there? It said living quarters on the door.
At that point, Nick steps up behind you and says, "Yeah, this is... I've been trying to get them to come out for days. They refuse to move. This is the crew. People who worked up here."
Yeah, thing is, I just told Nate to go in there looking for food.
Why the fuck did you do that?
Because I thought they'd have food in the living quarters. Bite me.
You never told us there was people here.
That was one of the first things I said.
It was, to be fair.
Oh, well. Sorry, I'm a little deaf with sometimes having explosions go off near me.
I get it, but right now, we got this Nate fella. Where'd you find him?
He came with us.
So
Yeah, we was in the war room for a while there.
So he's a member of your Defenders of the Commonwealth thing you've got.
Oh, don't. I'm not. That's not us. That was a label that was given to us, so I don't identify with that.
Oh, you know how many heroes I've met who have said, "Oh, I don't. That's just a label they give me." But I know deep down you love that shit.
I really don't. I'd want to just go back to where I live and have a quiet rest of my life, please. But this all keeps fucking happening.
Better than a boring life.
I'd love to have the opportunity to find out.
All right, well, we now got a problem because one of your people's in there.
Oh, it won't be a major problem as he's juggling grenades. No. We can motivate them, but I would prefer not to. We've had enough killing and they are human.
Well, I was trying to offer them a way out. They wouldn't take it, but, now things have changed. Maybe you tell them about how much things have changed down here. Maybe they'll be an asset. Or it'll be another fight. Either way, I'm a bit too dinged up for whatever comes next, so if you excuse me, I'm going to head back and see if Dr. Amari can replace some of my fluids. From inside the living quarters, you hear this time a male yell out, "What news of the father?"
He passed away.
Oh, you could have lied, Herbie, but we've done this now.
Inside you hear discussion. It's probably a nicer word for it. Just some people shouting at each other. Several people start full on crying. And then the female voice says, "You killed him then."
I did not.
Did not.
You hear discussion inside, and you can hear Nate's voice. And you hear them scream out, "Wait, you've got a super mutant with you?"
Doesn't everybody?
No. We don't. Not mutants that could rip apart like a car.
Wait, Herbie, I've got an idea. The father is dead. Long live the father.
You hear some discussion inside, then the man says, You can't tell us he's dead and then also tell us he's going to live a long time. Those two are complete opposites of each other."
But he will live forever in our hearts. In spirit.
Herbie's just looking at her.
Right. Give me a charisma speech check. Difficulty
I need to
3.
stop doing this because
To
Augusta
see
is
if
not
that
good at
works.
this.
That was beautiful. But yeah, this is
You're
not going to
rolling with luck, by the way. Not
I might have to do that.
you're rolling with luck. It looks like instead of charisma. You did science.
I
luck
haven't done a roll
instead of-
yet.
Oh, okay, that's why.
That was my last roll.
Pardon me.
That
sorry.
didn't go well
So-
either, though. So that's a 20 and a 10, which is 0 successes.
And a critical fail.
Yeah.
At this point, the guy's voice says, "What the fuck are you talking about? You just killed our
whispers to-
father."
She whispers to Herbie, I read this in a book and it went a lot better than this.
Usually they do in books.
I really want to just go home and not have this happen anymore.
Yeah, well, we can try a different form of negotiation. Okay, I caught that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's finish this little bit. And that'll be...
Wrap this up. At that point, you hear some more discussion inside. One person says, "No, I won't do it. I won't do it." Then you hear a smack, and another voice saying, "You will, because this is our final stand." And at that point, the door swipes open, and you see a bunch of like maybe 20 humans. They're all holding laser pistols and point them at you and say, "Give us one reason why we shouldn't shoot you dead right now." And that's where we're going to leave it tonight.
Oof.
Herbie gets a funny smile as the camera goes off.
Yeah. So we're calling it tonight because several of us feel ill and it's late and I need to lie down in my bed. Because I don't want to cancel because I was sick. But also, I'm really fucking tired now. I need to go away.
Yeah, we're investigating a lot to figure out a plan.
Yeah, you're still
And if-
formulating a plan. We'll
And
work
if you're
that out
watching on
next
YouTube,
time.
have a happy new year for next week.
Yeah. We'll see you next week
Yeah.
for New Year's on YouTube or just September
Next
for
week.
us.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for
Thanks
watching.
for watching,
Thank you.
everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.